Welcome to Briefly Orbiting, a podcast about what happens when normal people come in contact with the world's biggest celebrities. I'm your host, Matt Courtois. Picture it, May 2005, Sandy Springs, Georgia. It's not really polite to tell someone to have a good Memorial Day. It's supposed to be a solemn occasion, remembering those that died while serving our country. In fact, the folks at the Wounded Warrior Project suggest an alternative, wishing you a meaningful Memorial Day. But that doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it? Anyone who saw me on May 30th, 2005 can tell that, politeness aside, I'm certainly not having a good Memorial Day. I'm having what feels like an existential crisis, which in a way becomes a meaningful Memorial Day. I'm on the promotions team at an alt-rock radio station, 99X, and I've drawn the short straw. It's 9 a.m. on Memorial Day, and I'm hanging vinyl banners with our logo, plastering it to the side of American Pie, a staple of the Atlanta bar scene. American Pie was open 7 days a week, but everyone only really remembers the parties on Sunday. Or maybe they don't remember it based on the amount of tequila shooters that I saw get passed out every weekend. Our radio station broadcasts live from the deck overlooking Roswell Road every week. That deck includes palm trees, a lifeguard stand, even an outdoor shower. Once it got warm enough, so in Atlanta like mid-February, the servers even started wearing bikinis, giving it a real, I just walked into a Motley Crue video kind of vibe. Sunday was also industry night, so all of the bartenders, servers, and crucially, strippers would show up to party into the wee hours of bleary Monday morning. The deck was a siren call for single, divorced, or married yet morally compromised men of Atlanta. Maybe that sounds fun to you. Even if you're not a partier, maybe it resonates on a sociological level. The people watching was indeed elite. And I'm not going to tell you that it wasn't a good time. It was very much a blast. But when you're there every Sunday, week in and week out, the thrill starts to dull. All the faces in the crowd start to look the same, likely because many are the same regulars telling the same stories of their glory days. And it feels like the rest of the world is off for Memorial Day. But I'm here. A long Memorial Day weekend meant the party didn't have to be contained to just Sunday. The bar could layer on an extra day of drunken debauchery. Every Memorial Day and Labor Day, marking the bookends of summer, American Pie would erect a stage and bring in 3 or 4 local bands to turn it into a full-on block party. Nobody big, just the usual suspects that play around town. And they do things like Jimmy Buffett and Eagles covers with a few originals spiked in. So it's 9 a.m. and I'm hanging banners with our station logo on them on every inch of that party deck. And even though it's early, the humidity in Atlanta never sleeps, so my station shirt is already soaked with sweat. I look around and there are people already here drinking. I actually wonder if they ever left from the night before. Just then, one of the bands that's set to play later in the day begins their sound check. And then the lead singer starts picking his guitar and launches into one of his originals, and it hits me like a ton of bricks. I have heard this particular song 100 times, maybe more, often standing in the exact same spot, hanging a banner, talking to a drunk lady that really wants a t-shirt, covering for one of the DJs that wants to go and hook up with someone in the parking lot, or in the bathroom, or once infamously on the pool table. It's kind of like that line in Anchorman.
All right, I'm telling you, it don't get no better than this.
We've been coming to the same party for 12 years now, and in no way is that depressing.
So maybe Ron Burgundy wasn't depressed? But I'm not doing great. Working in radio was always my dream job. I moved to Atlanta specifically to work at 99X. In junior high and high school, I fantasized about going to concerts and parties every night. And now I can just walk up to most venues and they just kind of wave me in like magic. Recently, though, the late nights are wearing on me. even more shocking, the music, the reason I wanted to be here in the first place, it isn't resonating anymore. When you go to almost any concert you want, it doesn't really feel that special. And like the barflies that are already bellied up to the bar on the deck, the harsh light of day really emphasizes the emptiness. I can't keep doing this, I think. If I am here next year and I have to listen to this song one more time, I might go crazy. Abruptly, the song stops. Sound check's over. One of the regulars at the bar looks up and yells, "Free bird!" The others scattered around, they start to chuckle. Man, I think I gotta get out of here. Flash forward a few years to 2010. It's Sunday night, but I'm not an American Pie. I'm not in radio anymore. I'm at home with my wife and our dog, and we've settled into a new routine, making homemade chicken nachos and watching TV, usually The Amazing Race. But tonight, the Grammys are on. I'm pulling the pan out of the oven, getting ready to plate it up when I hear a familiar guitar picking from the other room. It's Zac Brown Band, and they're performing their now 9 times platinum hit, Chicken Fried. A little later in the night, they'll pick up the Best New Artist Award, all on the strength of that song about enjoying the simple things in life. It's the same song that I'd hear him play every Memorial Day and Labor Day, standing in that parking lot at American Pie. Hearing that song again, years later, but in a different context, it still makes me sad. But not in an existential crisis way anymore. More in an ache of nostalgia. Not for the times when I felt a disconnect from my love of the job, or my love for the music, but for the time before that. That's the power of a song, or a book, or any work of art. Once it's out into the universe, it ceases to be controlled by the author and becomes a property of the public, where it takes on a whole new life. It can bring joy to both a local bar or to a stadium full of fans. It can soundtrack a Saturday night, or a poorly timed Applebee's ad that I implore you to go look up. It can propel an artist to music's biggest stage, or it can be a wake-up call for a burned-out radio promo guy in a humid parking lot. And now, a few years removed from the grind of radio promotions, I'm learning to enjoy music and live shows again, even if I have to pay for them now. Briefly Orbiting is written, produced, edited, and hosted by me, Matt Courtois. Briefly Orbiting is recorded in beautiful Marietta, Georgia, the small town with the biggest heart. Follow Briefly Orbiting on Instagram, YouTube, Substack, and Letterboxd at Briefly Orbiting. Do you have a good celebrity story that you think might make a good episode? Email me at brieflyorbiting@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and remember, the world is a better place when you just let people be who they want to be.